Academy Live with Ambrose. As to speak, global market is still oscillating, but for them, this is all about this session or this live class is all about trading and investing education, which is shaping of the current market situation or what is happening as we speak in the market. The volatility in the market is increasing on daily basis as a result of what oscillation in equity prices and also commodity prices, especially oil as we speak around the globe. On that, players of the market have to continue to look at what is happening in the market, especially as any season is around the corner. If you want to play the any season, you need to set the work objective for yourself before you take action in this market. So, to remain on top of your game, you need to effectively use your stop loss, know your know the current market trend. That means identify the trend before it starts. Also, particularly, keep your eyes on those stocks that have suffered loss, especially leaders in different sectors. These are what will help you at this moment. But in all this, take away emotion from your investment decision. This is key, and that is the essence of this class. So I will always emphasize on this that you must not to combine your technicals and your fundamental. Take away emotions. Set up your stop loss from the one. As you are buying a stock, have a profit target to go out. That means understand your entering and your exit strategy, guided by by your investing goal and objective. That means if you're a trader, don't just follow the bandwagon. Let your chart guide you at any given time. So, as volatility or pullback correction, flat market continue to show face in this trend, know why you are in the market and target those stocks that you believe, and these stocks have the potential to rally up because you have seen the upside potential of this company either as a result of a pullback in that stock or as a result of what is happening in the sector or what the company has done before now, especially and now we are entering what we call the entry season in local market here. You need to understand which companies are ready to pay and entry dividend as at when you, and those that have been consistent and those that enter into dividend paying environment newly in the market. Once you get all this, it will help you also to understand how to play the market effectively. As we speak, the fear of recession has continued to influence the oil and the stock market across the globe. At this hour, at this moment, this is what is driving the up and down movement of commodity and stock prices at recent days. You can see that volatility has also increased both in the global market and also in the local market due to what? Due to fear of recession, and also as investors are seeing opportunity in some also some other assets. They also trying to sell down to go to those assets. But I believe all is driven by what the situation of inflation that is rising, and also the move by central banks of the globe or of the world, different climate. These are what is also influencing market performance. As we speak now, US market is mixed as the Dow Jones and the S&P are in green, while Nasdaq is also down at this moment ahead of what job report and others. While Europe markets and stocks edge lower on caution trading ahead of what the same payroll data, and also to hear the speech of the president of ECB. These are what is also in the same vein. We are seeing also Asia market in the same direction as other markets across the globe. Just as oil prices have rebounded as the Brent crude trade at 105 above the pullback price of below $100 before now. As we speak now, oils are trading around 105.2 dollar per barrel in this hour. Tells that oil prices and this oscillation will continue, and that is why when I saw another forecast from big bank in the US that oil will also bounce back to $140 in no distance. That this as a result of what is also happening around the globe. Even as the central bank is trying to also curtail inflation, fear also that if recession sets in today, the consumption of also the crude oil also will drop. That will naturally also bring the price. And also, as price is also oscillating around this 105 to below 100, we are seeing that price of goods and services are yet to respond to the pullback in price, because this is just what we call for me just a market oscillation. So that you as a trader will have to be very careful in some stocks, so that you don't have to go into what or call a boot trap, but rather take advantage of correction in prices that those that are leaders in the sector, as I said earlier, also to position ahead of what ahead of the market. That is how to go around the market as you speak. Once you know this, you are good to go. As I said, the first half of the year, also 2022, has been kind of a local market here. Come back to the market. If you look at our local market, the first half of the year 2022 has been a stable and a bull run situation. Market close high. While second quarter or second half of the year has just started on a seesaw movement ahead of what the half year financial news that will influence prices movement ahead. So if you know what to do now, it's not the time for you to ignore your charts or fight the trend. Or rather, this is time for you to take advantage of these charts and also these trend lines to change over the game, because you need to invest wisely. As we speak, at the current market situation, sectors and industries where you see there's potential. Also, even those that are even led the previous quarter, are they going to sustain that, or a new one emerging, to support those that have been up before? These are the things we'll be looking at, and that's how to invest in this market as we speak. You don't need to even worry yourself when you are investing with information, but rather, if you want to trade, trade news with your tech analysis. That is why chart reading is very, very important. Looking at the trend and also looking at the candlestick at any given time is very, very important. That will help you to stay ahead of the market. As usual, you can see that if you look at our market this morning, the market, you can see this trend here. This is our normal, this is the market direction for over more than a year now. If you look at all this trend, you can see that it has been on the uptrend even when the market tries to correct. That's why you need to understand the general market direction and also the sector how they are doing. Once you're able to do that, you take a good informed investment decision. And today, I want to look at the companies that have released their result, especially it's one that came to the market overnight. The one from Living Trust Living Trust Mortgage Bank. I will tell you that the mortgage banks in our market today they have become the early filers to release their result to the market. That will also send the kind of a sense of telling you that this company are becoming active and also keeping to their prospective requirements. As I've always said, it's a good sign that this sector is also coming out. Despite that their prices are low, but when you see a company that is consistent with these results, you as a trader or investor, it will help you also to invest wisely in such a company. That is why we need to also make sure that we take advantage of these results as they are coming. But before we look at the results, we want to look at what is the market news in the market as we speak now. I know Ether Africa has just informed the market about the settlement of its $450 $450 million cash tender offer announced earlier. It's a good sign for them to expand in their 12 Africa country where they are operating. Good for me. Then also another one that also announced that Smart Product also adjusted the price today for a dividend of 10 kobo they declared. And today is the qualification date for fixing and Presco for their dividend, for their corporate action, so that investors should know what to do. If you are buying the stock today, you'll be qualified for whatever they have declared. They want for 10 bonus for fixing and 50 kobo dividend for fixing, and that of Presco 6 naira 60 kobo. That these are the dividend. But today the qualification day for these companies. Then other companies that are just announced their board meeting ahead of as expecting the Q2 number, half year result in market and International Brewery, the British Assurance, and others also announced their number. But before we go to the market proper, I want to look at this figure that I emanated from Living Trust, as I've said earlier. I will tell you that the number are looking up, just as the earlier one we discussed yesterday from Infinity Trust, again mortgage bank. This is from Living Trust Mortgage Bank. You can see that these mortgage banks are really chalking out good numbers that also should give investors in these companies courage to hold their position. If you want to increase with this number, you are sure of improved dividend at the end of the day. If as at Q2 or half year result they have gone far east, then you can see what is going to happen in the mortgage industry. I will tell you that for trust for Living Trust, the gross earnings for the period ended June 30th, the gross earning moved from 644.16 million to 1.12 billion. This almost this is representing about 48 to 49% as we speak now, and why the profit after tax moved from 308.26 to 484, 489, sorry, 489.62 million for the bottom line. This is also encouraging. In that vein, in that direction, we saw that the EPS also moved from 0.04, which is a 4 kobo, to 9 kobo. For me, it's a good one. On the strength of these earnings of almost a half year, we're seeing 9 kobo. We're sure of at the end of the year, 20 kobo or 25 kobo will come out of this company. If that is achievable, a dividend of 10 kobo or even 15 kobo is possible. Looking at what they paid the previous year, and these sectors, I can see that their performance, since last year, even the previous year, is looking up. For me, it's a good one for investors to keep their gaze on this sector, especially those that are long-term investor and also you are income investor. But these companies are not into dividend paying company. That is why we are seeing their number, and also keeping to their portfolio requirement. For me, is a plus for this company at this hour, because that is what investors should look at. Companies that are keeping to their portfolio requirement is a very important thing. So what happened last week when about 9 to 10 stock were kind of suspended for not releasing their scorecard to the public, to investors, to exactly evaluate what is happening in this company. And that is what these companies that read the result is avoiding, for keeping to their prospecting requirement, which will guide you and I as an investor to take decisions at when due, and also for you to plan your investment very properly, which is very, very good for investors. But as we speak now, the market itself, as we speak, is slightly in green, very slightly in green. Market is trading, it's still the market is trading 51,564.82 as we speak. That is, market is up 2.13, present about 0.001 up in the green. This is a light green. I saw what happened yesterday, and after market has declined for 3 days. It formed a hammer candle yesterday. If you look at this, let me do that. It form a hammer candle to tell you that market is trying to further resist what decline. That also will inform me that market is also about to turn. I saw this. You can see here. This was what it formed yesterday. As we speak now, you can see that it's in a light green at this hour. For me, it's not a bad one. You can see market, but if it's trying to trend in this direction and maintain green at this early morning as we speak, I know even though it's in the midday, but still early to look at, because we have almost 2:30 to see at the market. As I said, for traders that want to trade daily, the right time for you to trade market, I said yesterday, between 11 and 1 for you to look at what is happening in the market. We still have time to see where the market is slightly in green as we speak now. But look at the market breadth. Market breadth is positive for having 8 gainers against 6 losers in the market. And among the 8 gainers, the top gainers there are Capital, Academic Press, UPDC, Nimet, and Livestock. These are penny stock, but under it, we still have about NEM Insurance, we have Zenith Bank and UBA, among the gainers chart. But the top 5 is what I mentioned: Capital, Academic Press, UPDC, and Nimet and Livestock. These are the top gainers. But if you look at the losers as we speak at this hour, the top losers movement out of the 6 are Champs, followed by the Sterling Bank, Japan Gold, and they have a COVID Business Solution and the Access Corp. These are the ones losing at this hour. Access Corp, I'm not surprised this oscillation has started, because that this stock is trying to resist decline. Like it touched as low as 920. Yesterday bounced back to almost 970. You can see this movement in the stock. Tell you that there is a lot of confidence and interest in the company. I can see the way people are taking position up and down. It tells you what is happening. That's why that is among the losers start. We want to also look at the chart when it comes to us looking at what is happening in the market. Then I won't finish this session without looking at the volume that brought the market to where it is at this hour. As we speak now, I'll tell you that the volume traded so far is being led by GT Code. Is leading in terms of volume, followed by Sterling Bank, Academic Press, Zenith Bank, and UACN. These are the top terms of volume transaction this hour. For me, it's a good one, but we need to understand what is happening in the market globally and down here. Look about our market has really defied the trend of what's happening, because we have seen that the fundamental stock and the high price stock has remained stable in terms of price. Even they are not declining, and most of them are resisting decline. And we are looking forward to see some numbers we're going to support this high cap stock. And I've said earlier that this market is being played by intelligent investors and professionals. From that, most of them have come to understand that effective combination of your fundamental and technical analysis will keep you ahead of the market. For that, they don't rush to take action. They do their due diligence before they jump into action. But I believe that once the Q2 number or half year results started hitting the market, you see fund moving around to different stuff. That continue what we call a sector rotation in and out will continue again, because when a company has done well, market will appreciate. If not, people send out to people who have done well. That will increase kind of liquidity, you can see volatility, you can see also buy interest, sell interest, all this will be in the market. That is what we expect to see once the earning season starts by next week. But by next week, after the holiday, we expect that the early filers will start hitting the market. Especially we have seen the two early filers from the mortgage sector hitting the market. We expect to see others from other financial sector and others from next week. That also shake the market. But as we speak now, when we after the market, looking at the market direction, first we're looking at what is happening in the GT Core, what is happening in Zenith, what is happening in Academic Press. Is this trend sustainable? Look at what is happening in Cabaton. Cabaton, after publishing the expansion plan and also to kind of restructure the company performance, and where new ground they are entering and expanding to Africa, a market with aviation service rendered by this company. We expect that it will change the face of the stock, and those investors that are thinking ahead are already reacting to that news. You can see that the life of Capital is among the top gainers. We look at that UPDC has reversed. Let's see how far it can go. The NIMET is one of the stock that has the September as year end. We're expecting the results also. Put is Q3. I said that Q3 is very, very important. This credit that will come from NIMET and Vitafoam will give us insight again what we'll see at the end of the year, because they have September as year end. At the end of June 30th, that is the end of their Q3. And that Q3 number are very, very important. We want to see how these two companies that have September as well when they are results in the market between now and end of July 31st. But we'll be looking at the six of this company: GT Code, Academic Press, Zenith Bank, Cabaton, UPDC, NIMET. Then also look at what is happening in assets. We'll see assets try to make a pullback. Let's see the chart to tell us more as we speak. As I said yesterday, before you saw this green this morning, the candlestick have given us a sign. We saw a kind of what we call a hammer bullish reversal signal when the market closed yesterday. But this morning, you can see like it's being followed up by a green position at this hour. That's why you need to understand how to use what candlestick. You can see this position here. If you see further expand, you can see that candle formation. Once you see it, it's a sign. And especially when market is going down, you see a hammer candle formation. It tells you that the bull is about to come back to the market. That means market is resisting further decline. That's the formation of that hammer. Now we have seen already this morning market is slightly in green. Let's see how far the market will go from here. Yes, we want to call up our other indicators for our charts so that we can see the market direction. That is why, as a trader, you must look at what the market is doing, and also for now, tailor it down to the sector and individual stock that you want to trade. If the market is in the green and the sector is in green, individual stock that we then in that sector, we also look at it to see their position. Look at our MACD, we have the volume already there. Look at our money flow and go back to what what we call it C line. We have to change it to 8, and I gave you severally the reason why we're using 8 for us to have a short call for our entering signal and our sell signal immediately, so that you know exactly when the market is trending up or when it's trending down, and when for you to exit position and also for you to enter position. And I'll tell you that this morning what I'm seeing also is becoming interesting for me. I can see that money flow has also moved almost towards 40, 39 to 49. It's a good, but yesterday, where it closed. Then funds is coming back gradually. That's why I said market is in green this morning, but MACD has always moved to turn bullish, but yet to confirm until these two lines here, red and green. But if you look at histogram, you can see that it's almost, but once it confirm, that will also support the trend. We're seeing a green position this morning, which you come here, look at the volume. We'll expect that the volume, traded so far is still low. It is not above, but this on a day chart. For the main market, is not doing badly. As market tries to resist decline, let's see how it will close at the end of the day. So it's a positive position for the market technically this hour. Let's go to an hour chart to look at what the market is doing on our chart. Yes, on an hourly chart, you can see that market is almost flat with the let's look at this very well. I want to so that we understand what we are saying here. You can see that market is now, it's already also in green here on it on an hour, and also on the flat on the T line. Once it break out, that also for me is a good one. You can see that market is coming back to break out the T line after it has been below the T line all this while. You can see it's coming now to break out. That for me is a good one at this hour too. We need to also understand all this so that it will help us to play the market very well. Money flow on 1 hour is also looking up to be around there, around the 39. For me, it's a good one also. Let's see how the market will go from here. For quick one, we'll start with GT code to see what is happening in that stuff. It's very, very important. I've seen what is happening in the general market. Look at individual stocks. Look at what is happening in GT code now. GT gold have suffered kind of down sentiment or negative sentiment all this while since the demand was below the T line for a long time on the 1 hour chart. It has not changed. Even money flow at this hour is also looking down. The market has not started looking the way of the stuff. We are still not seem to see the number, and that sentiment that foreign investors in this company also exited. In recent time have also have supported the stock, but this company or this holding company are likely also to pay into dividend. For us to speak, we are seeing on a day chart trying to cross the T line, but still in red. Let's see if that is confirmed. That would be nice. But I want to see. But on a day chart, fund is entering the stock, and we see this position. It moved up before, but still like it's stayed down, being around 249 to 70. 2049, 2070. Let's consider and see how far it will go. But for me, like I always say, you have to wait to confirm a breakout before you can see how long this stock has been trading below the T line, and that reflects that the sentiment is not strong there because people are waiting to see improved number from this company. Like I said, you must know how to combine your technical and your fundamental. You want to see the number of that emanating from this the holding company to change before they can start taking a serious position in the company. But don't forget that the interim dividend will come in the month of August. People are still waiting to see if there will be a change of sentiment for the stock. If that happens, that will be a plus for the stock. Yes, you can see that on a day chart, no academic press is not slowing down. It's still looking up. You can see the volume here. You can see that the stock is almost, like I said, it has often broken out this point around the 189 now to speak. That is the price. They have broken this strong resistance level here. And the next one is here at this level. Once you break it, but I believe that at this time, don't be greedy. You start taking your profit on this stock because if you have made profit for almost 5 trading days of the week since they announced the one for 4 bonus and 10 combo, the price has been on uptrend unless you are interested in that bonus. But don't forget, once this result, the bonus is factored into the company and increase the share issue. And if academic press performance will not match up with the increase in the additional share, that will also lead to dilution of what of earnings. That means you have to be very careful. Take your profit. Like I said, set your goal. Once you reach your goal, you are good to go with that. It's very, very important that we are investing, we are investing in knowledge, not just guessing or following bad background. Because you know why you are in the stock. Once you achieve it, whether others are making more than what you're making, it's not your problem because you have achieved your goal. But we want to really look at the 1 hour chart of academic press to see, yes, also in that direction, you can also see here, you can see, it's still trading above the T line. We agree, but you have to be very careful. MACD is very positive. Money flow is high, reading around the 95 point at this hour for academic press. Like I said, academic press has to start taking profit there, especially also in NACO. NACO are hit as high as we are not charting. Let me look at that NACO. For those that are in this class, there's opportunity for you to know when to take profit. But that is the difference between you and those that are not in the class. You need to know how to take profit as at when do. Don't be greedy that after the market has done what it did and you'll be complaining that you are left out in the market. Market is coming down. You want to say nobody is picking it because you are greedy. I want to show you something on NACO now. Let's see what is happening in NACO so that you can take advantage of that. NACO, let's see what's happening in NACO. The price hit as high as this hour on a 1 hour chart. NACO is also below the T line. I can see it on 1 hour. Yes, fund entering the green here, but below the T line. For me, I have to be very careful in this stock on 1 hour chart. But I look at the chart for NACO. I see already there's a pullback. Like I just don't know. So yesterday it touched as a high as a 930. This morning is selling down. I'm doing around the 9 naira and the 87 8 naira 70 kobo. Here, take your profit. You can also see here that the MACD here, look at here, it's always coming down. You can see before we wanted to cross, you can see that it's coming down now. And money flow is also looking down, profit taking activities. And ahead of what the markdown date. I think today is the competition or next week. But take advantage of the rally of the 1 for 5 day bonus and the 41 kobo that have pushed the price up to this level. You can see it has been above the T line. All this while when it comes across, and you can see where it has rallied from here to here. Don't be greedy, take your word, take your profit at this point. Because when the man is this company now with the bonus, if the earnings of Naku will not come up, it will take the price down. Then it will take a long time for it can pop out. If earnings increase in that direction, it might likely also jump back up. That's why you must understand how to combine these two factors when you are taking your investment decision. Let's quickly look at what is happening also in Zenith Bank before we move to Cavaton as scheduled for today. Look at Zenith Bank. What is happening in Zenith Bank? I've seen Zenith Bank among the slightly gaining slightly, and also among the volume, top volume. Yes, we look at Zenith Bank on 1 hour chart. Good thing here, guys. Zenith Bank has crossed the T line above, but it's almost trading at 22 naira, and I can see this the first resistance level 22. You can see that that's only a double top here and here. If you draw this line here, a breakout of this will confirm an uptrend. Why a breakdown? But if you look at what is happening now, the stock have instead declined here, slight trend here, slight trend here. Now it's making an uptrend, small gain. But now the gain is becoming much bigger, but almost at 21 naira flat now, with forming a double top. A breakout here will confirm, but I see that MACD is already bullish. You can see it here on Zenith Bank. Money flow is looking up but slowing down a little here on a day chart. But quickly look at what is happening in Zenith Bank for 1 hour chart. But Zenith Bank for me is a good one. Even on the 1 hour chart, Zenith Bank is trading above the T line. MACD is bullish on 1 hour chart, and money flow is strong, reading around 45, but something 43, 45, 46. It's a good one for Zenith Bank at this point. Which investors that are really long-term investor and income investor, dividend retirees in this position to also go. Traders that want to see movement if the number beat expectation, and likely, the feel I'm hearing the stock is likely to beat expected in terms of number. And also don't forget that if Zenith Bank number continue to go up and that of GTB remain on that state, you can see there will occur a sell-off in GTB to further the position in Zenith Bank. That means you have to look at that and also look at, because your MACD on a 1 hour is bullish and the money flow is looking strong at trading above the T line. The same for a day chart for today. For me, it's a good one for Zenith Bank, as we speak. People want look at what is happening in Cavaton, then look at UPDC, time parameters, Cavaton. Classic Cavaton on the 1 hour chart. I will tell you the stock as start looking up now. This is a 1 hour chart we're looking at. Trading above the T line. For me, it's a good one. Money flow is looking up. Wow, almost 93 on the 1 hour chart for that one enter, and MACD is bullish, but you can see that it's also trading down. If you look at the histogram here, look at that, but it's still on the upgrade. Try to come down, but it's trying to make another journey up. For me, Cavaton is there. Good one to look at. If I take position now, Cavaton it has crossed the T line. You can see when it crossed the T line. After it has traded below the T line on the chart here, but crossed over above and remain above. Look at where it is now, around 1 naira 52 kobo as we speak. You can get that stock and take position. But if the Q2 number might not be much pleasant as expected, but if there is a change from the trend we saw in Q1 and that of 2021, and we now expect that what they are expanding their maintenance, their chain up, that also help that it's going to impact their numbers in the future. I can see also this is a good one. And if you look at the stock on a day chart, where the MACD is very, very positive and strong. You can see a bullish MACD here for Cavaton, and money flow is really 72 at this point. And this kind of correct market, there's a fund. If you look at volume has also they've traded above the average traded volume recently. Today there is a position while looking at the way of the stock. This is how to know a strong stock. Technically, the stock is looking at strong and good. But if numbers earnings come and support it, you see. And don't forget our slogan in this class that when earnings looking up, price is looking up, volume is looking up, it's a time to stay in that position and jump in that position. If that comes to for Cabaton, it's a good one to look at this hour to buy. That's why I tell you can consider putting that stock in your portfolio as we speak. Yeah, UPDC. Let's look at UPDC now. UPDC, no, this is a day chart. You can see that it's also resisting decline. That's on green yesterday. There was sell a profit taking. Today is doing a 127 again. For me, it's okay. Around 127, 17 yesterday. Now 127. You can see that there are funds also coming back to the stock. Still bullish here. If you look at it here, you can see here, even are reading around 87. It's a strong one. You can see that these penny stocks are really having a fun momentum as we speak now. You've seen strong momentum on the daily chart. Money flow turning up here after it slowed down yesterday. Looking up for me, it's a good one for UPDC. I've said it, the reason why UPDC should be a place to be. If the half year we're expecting move or maintain the momentum we saw in Q1, this stock will still fly. And also, if you come here, MACD is confirming a good trend here on the 1 hour chart. You can see the blue one crossing the red one, and you can see your histogram here also turning on the positive side, coming bullish from crossing the signal line already to become. Then MACD money flow is also reading above 50, 55 now. For me, this stock is stock to should be in now. If you are not there, take advantage. If people have not lost out of yesterday, you can still be buying stages. There's potential for this stock, especially when the number come and it beat expectation. You won't see this stock below 150 or 170 before the end of the month. It's time for you to take advantage of the positive sentiment we are seeing in the stock and the expected half-year results for UPDC. Final one, before time I'm going to let's look at what is happening in Access Corp. Let's look at it first before our time is fast spent. Access Corp and if time of your email, but let's look at Access Corp. The company that also were up yesterday. Let's see. Yeah. Access Corp on the 1 hour chart is looking trading below the T line. And you can see that MACD is already, the histogram here is confirming a bearish situation, a divergence. Now you can see it coming down, and the blue line is also giving a sign. The one crossing the red one down, which the histogram here have given us confirmation. Once it comes down, and money flow is looking down on a 1 hour chart. Profit taking again, as if this stock, volatility in Access Corp is really high. But this volatility that creates money for design investor, that got as low as 920 coming back. This will not create 50 people on a short time. If you have to trade volatility, look at the support, and that's why I say you must know how to combine your technical tools, fundamentals, to know exactly when to take position. Let's look at a day chart of Access Corp. We are seeing a little pullback here. You can see it here, red position here down from almost 9 970 that I thought you can see no comment down now, but let's watch it around 960, 955 again. Let's see and see, but MACD is still positive, the money flow is looking down, just as the candlestick is looking down this morning on this regard. But the candlestick formation is a good one, the chart pattern is a good one above the T line, but let's keep our finger crossed for Access Corp. Finally, let's look at NIMET so that we can complete our charting for today. Look at NIMET. Sorry, look at NIMET. Yeah, NIMET. The system is for me like the system is it internet. I don't know, but here we can call it a day. For I'll thank you for your time. Today is the last trading day of the week. We look forward to see you to on after the holiday, that is on Wednesday, hopefully by God's grace. And enjoy your trading for the day. And look forward to see you at the Q&A session tomorrow. Yes, thank you for your time throughout the week. We appreciate you. I will believe that as we are sharing information here, this is no tradable I call it actionable, trade ideas and information, and believe that you are implementing it to know what is happening in your portfolio. At the end of the day, you become a better investor. See you next week, hopefully by God's will. Those that will join the question and answer tomorrow, feel free to ask your question. In this class, if you are unable to ask it at that Q&A session tomorrow. So enjoy the rest of your trading days. See you on Tuesday for live class, but tomorrow for Q&A section. Thank you and God bless you. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube. At the same time, ask your question, on any platform of our social media. Answer will be given immediately. See you. Enjoy your weekend and our Muslim brother also enjoy your Salah celebration.